Good evening and many thanks for joining us and welcome to CoreTV News at 7 with me, Emmanuel Ezekiel. We start with permanent voter cards collection, where the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has said that 56.4 million eligible voters are to participate in the March 28 and April 11th elections across the country. This is the number of registered voters that collected their permanent voter cards at the close of PVC collection exercise. Latest figures released by the INEC showed that the number represent 81.98% of the 56 or 68.8 million registered voters. A close look at the statistics released by INEC spokesman Kaidedo indicates that Jigawa State has the highest rate of PVC collection with 95.98%, followed by Zamfara with 95.97% and Bauchi with 95.76%. The figure from Lagos State shows that 65.25% of voters have collected their cards, while the FCT remains stuck at 64.56% for more than 1 week. But Ogun State, which had less than 50% PVC collection rate about a week ago, has now recorded a significant increase with 61.53%. And now to South Nigeria. The Deputy Governor of Rivers State, Tele Ekuru, is reported to have defected from the All Progressives Congress to the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Ekuru declared his defection today, 6 days to the general elections. He has been Governor Chibika Amechi's deputy since 2007, has been participating or campaigning for the APC alongside Amechi before declaring his defection. Report says the chances of the All Progressives Congress, APC, of winning the forthcoming general elections in Rivers State may have become slimmer with the latest development in the state with Tele's defection to the PDP. Sources say the deputy governor discovered that he may run at loss if he remains in the APC after many years of loyalty to Governor Amechi. It also accuses the APC chairman in Rivers State, Davis Ibiamu Ikanya, who is from the same local government area with the deputy governor, of expanding the crack after forcefully hijacking the party structure in the area. In the meantime, President Goodluck Jonathan has reacted to the ongoing rumors making the rounds of a plot to install an interim government in the country with a stern warning for them to stay clear or face arrest and prosecution for treason. Jonathan, who was speaking during his visit to Daura, Katsina State, the birthplace of the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari, he reiterated that he is not desperate to remain in power. The president, who is also visited the Emir of Daura, Umar Farouk, informed the monarch that the federal government had built 28 Al-Majiri schools and a federal university in the state and will continue to work for the overall development of the country. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress have again accused the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the supporters of President Goodluck Jonathan to disrupt the March 28 elections in the southwestern geopolitical zone of the country, having realized that they cannot deliver the zone to the PDP as they have earlier promised. National Publicity Secretary of APC, Lai Mohammed, made this allegation in a statement in Lagos, saying the plot was conceived at a meeting held in Ondo State Government House on March the 13th. It says those planning to disrupt the elections are working with the Odua People's Congress, OPC, and they have trained and armed a number of youths with guns and other weapons, in addition to providing many of them with military and police uniforms, which were being seen in the capital of a state in the southwest. APC says the highly disruptive and armed protest by the OPC in Lagos on March 16th was a dress rehearsal for the plan to be executed across the states in the southwest. The party also alleges that the PDP has compiled and forwarded to the police anti-cult squad the names of APC youths in all the wards in Ondo State so they can arrest and lock up before, during and after the elections to give the PDP and its cohorts the free rein to carry out their nefarious activities. Staying with politics, the All Progressives Congress, APC, has rounded off its North Central Zone rally by urging Nigerians not to make the mistake of voting for the People's Democratic Party, PDP. This was a message the party chieftains, led by its presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari, where they handed down to the crowd that thronged the Lafia state capital of Nasarawa State. Their argument was that the 16 years of PDP rule at the center is a waste. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Lagos State says it has uncovered plans by the Governor Fashola to meet all Lagos monarchs on Wednesday, 25th March, at presently undecided location to induce the monarchs in the state, especially the undecided, to vote the APC. The APC allegation, the PDP allegations rather, in his press statement released by its Lagos State Publicity Secretary Gani Taufik, saying the meeting is instigated by APC leader Bola Tinubu and that is a carrot and stick style, and any monarch who rejects the offer is to be victimized and may be deposed before Saturday. The PDP has also accused Fashola of releasing an initial 6 billion naira fund to compromise the youth corps members and other INEC electoral officers on the days of election. The party claims that the governor has been meeting various groups and institutions under the government control, like market leaders, transporters, investors, civil servants, etc., to either induce or coerce them for votes. The PDP says it wonders why the governor has decided to put governors in the state into autopilot, not minding lawsuit protests, doctor strike, arson and killings in motor parks, unpaid civil servant salaries, increased robberies and so on, but instead concentrates on the efforts to impose APC on the people. Gani alleges that some core members have already collected the monies with the governor to call for allowances. Now, a rights activist turned politician, Festus Keyamo, has accused President Goodluck Jonathan of using religion and ethnicity to whip up sentiments in the run-up to the March 28 presidential election. Keyamo made the allegation at a youth summit organized by the Presidential Campaign Council of the All Progressives Congress in Abuja. The human rights campaigner also claimed that Jonathan doled out 9 billion naira to ex-militants to protect pipelines, while Nigerian soldiers are not well equipped to fight insurgents. He argued that Nigerians are more divided along ethnic lines under the present administration than any other time in recent history.
I'm sure they are hearing me. We have had cause to discuss privately. Some of them said, I betrayed, I've sold out. Our brother. I said, our brother. When you smuggled $9.3 million cash in a plane and you were going to South Africa, was I there? No. When you were chartering plane, some of you, Minister of Petroleum, chartering plane for 10 billion, was I inside the plane? No. You are not saying your brother. Your brother indeed. When it comes to elections, leaders all over the world that have failed their people, check the history all over Africa. When leaders have failed their people all over the world, when it comes to election, they always fall back on the base sentiment of ethnicity to survive. Yes. When all arguments have failed, the last thing they will tell you that, boy, he's our brother now. He's our brother. But millions of our compatriots are dying in the north. Millions of our compatriots, because of failure of his simple sense as commander-in-chief to know how to protect lives and property.
We are telling our people and have accepted the calling of our leaders that no violence for this election. And we're telling our youths, and also want to emphasize and use media to tell them that they should make sure that they shun violence, because we are peaceful Nigerians, because there's nothing we can achieve without peace, and there's nothing that we can achieve if we use violence.
The All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Organization has threatened to sue the Presidential Campaign Organization of the PDP spokesman, Femi Fani-Kayode, over his claim that Muhammadu Buhari is getting campaign funds from terrorist groups including Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, and ISIS. It also said it will urge the court to seize Fani-Kayode's international passport. APC campaign office said in a statement issued in Abuja that the spokesman for PDP's presidential campaign has 1 week to retract his defamatory comments or face the law. Its spokesman, Garba Shehu, noted that Buhari, like many Muslims across the world, does not approve Al-Qaeda or ISIS, neither is he a supporter of Boko Haram ideology. Meanwhile, 24 hours after the allegations by the People's Democratic Party that the opposition All Progressives Congress plans to use an Hausa language radio station, Radio Changi, to create crisis during the 2015 elections. The All Progressives Congress says it is all a figment of the imagination of the PDP. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Lai Mohammed, who spoke on behalf of the party to newsmen in Lagos, says the PDP should stop beating about the bush and find the imaginary station if indeed it truly exists.
Let the NBC go and locate it. And there was a business about it. What we are saying, you see, if they're not the one that set it up, how come they were not that's announcing it? Let me tell you, if there's an APC radio station, I will be the first person to know. Because I will use it. How can you go and set us up? And of course, who owns NBC? It's not the federal government. Let them tell Nigerians where that radio station is.
You're watching CoreTV News at 7. We go for a commercial break. When the news returns, we'll bring you more stories. Stay with us.
Vote for change! Vote APC!
When I was younger, I can remember a time when corruption was a thing of shame.
I dream of a future where we won't have challenges with electricity.
I'm voting for Buhari because he understands our past and our history.
I dream of a time where we're going to have free and honest election.
I remember a time when 1 naira was equal to £1.
I am voting for Buhari because we need change for a brighter future.
Nigeria! APC! Change!
Welcome back. Well, you can reach us on our following social media platforms: Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News, and our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. Or you can hook up our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV. Leave a space and then news. The Fulani Social-Cultural Organization, Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, has dissociated itself from the recent endorsement of President Goodluck Jonathan as a candidate for the 2015 presidential elections. He said after an emergency meeting in Kaduna that the group which endorsed the president is not the same as the umbrella body of all Fulanis in the country. The Fulani group said in a statement signed by its national youth leader Adamu Mohammed that Miyetti Allah Kautal Hore, the group which has been endorsing politicians, is a cultural organization that existed in only one state. Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders insisted that as a group which is out to protect the interests of all Fulanis across the country, it has no interest in endorsing any candidate. It, however, urged its members to vote wisely for the candidates of their choice in all the elections. And here in Lagos, as the elections draw near and the issue of violence again rears its ugly head, politicians and political parties and candidates have signed a peace accord to ensure a free, fair and violence-free election in the state. Correspondent Ajibade Awofeso reports.
The Commissioner of Police, after addressing the audience, handed over the floor to the INEC Commissioner to educate the audience on what they need to know during and after the elections.
I've been caught with more than 1 or 2 permanent border scars. Of course, these people were also prosecuting them, and we hope that they will not also attempt on that day to want to bring in people with fake PVCs or PVCs not belonging to them to want to come and vote.
The content of the peace accord was read out by the police public relations officer of Imo State Police Command and immediately follows the signing of the agreement by the political parties' chairman and their Guba candidates.
To run issue-based campaigns at state and local government levels. In this, we pledge to refrain from campaigns that will involve religious sentiments, ethnic and tribal profiling, both by ourselves and all agents acting in our names.
Though some parties were denied signing as they refused coming with their party chairman and flag bearers as ordered by the police. One of such parties is the All Progressive Congress and 2 others. Some of the flag bearers who signed the peace agreement reacted to the ideology this way.
let me first of all thank those who have organized this meeting for giving it necessary to come us together to come and sign this accord. It is very, very important that we do it. We are all, by the signatures that we have taken to this document today, we have indeed contracted to see that the election that is forthcoming in Imo State is run on a peaceful, fair, and equitable basis. That's what we have all committed ourselves to.
I think it's very important that we thank the initiators of this wonderful INE. And this is important, just like Captain Brianna George said, that there's no point in losing ourselves. That we should conduct ourselves respectfully and responsibly. Nigeria and the Imo State is for all of us. The business of politics is about democracy. In democracy, I understand the government of the people, for the people, and by the people.
In his closing remark, the commissioner pleaded with the politicians to take the peace accord serious, as whoever violates the accord will be brought to book. Ajibade Awofeso, CoreTV News, Owerri.
All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Organization says the Jonathan administration plans to parade a fake leader of the Boko Haram sect, Abubakar Shekau, any moment from now as part of a ploy to gain leverage ahead of the elections. It claims that the fake Shekau will also name some notable opposition leaders, including Muhammadu Buhari, as his sponsors. APC Campaign Council said in a statement by its spokesman Garba Shehu that any purported capture of Abubakar Shekau will conflict the 3 previous claims that the insurgent leader had been killed. It described the moves as a final campaign gimmick by the PDP to blackmail the opposition in order to remain in office. Meanwhile, the Nigerian military troop says on Saturday foiled a fresh attempt by the Boko Haram militants to recapture Bama. Boko Haram Bama is one of the communities retaken from insurgents last week. Military spokesman Chris Olukolade said in a statement that over 20 militants died while others fled with injuries. He added that many more of the attacking terrorists also died as fighter jets went after them after they were fleeing. General Olukolade said the troops are still in pursuit of the insurgents even after they had maintained firm control of Bama. Items recovered from the terrorists include a Hilux vehicle and other weapons. One soldier was said to have died protecting Bama while 7 others were wounded. Now, for some time now, the Fayade area of Lagos has been known for violence, with reports of several people injured, property destroyed, even deaths occurring. Our correspondent Oluwaseyi Adegoke visited the area and filed in this report on the travels of one of the victims, Victor Agbo. Her report.
According to some residents of the area, who prefer to remain anonymous, obviously for safety reasons, the real cause of the recurring violence in the area is not known. This violence, according to them, has been happening on and off for over 5 years now. They also added that it just happens without any warning signs. While these other residents refused to speak on camera, this woman, Margaret Agbo, mother of one of the alleged numerous victims of the Fayade violence, narrates her experience after a 10-year-old boy was shot in the latest series of unexplained and unceasing violence in the area.
On that Monday, around 8:30 p.m., so we were in the shop, so we wanted to pack and close. The boy was sitting on a chair, and we just heard the gun at the back. So the boy shouted. He was seated with the bullet. We didn't know what happened. They said it's some boys from, I don't know where they came from. They said they entered through the express and they are looking for boys. I don't know all those boys. We just had a gun. We started shooting. It was like a war.
Margaret, who recalled the daily agony of the residents of the area, urged the state government to help restore peace in the area.
There is no peace in this vicinity, and all we need is peace. They should there should be security. No security at all. You just see anybody carrying gun anyhow. I think government should have to do something more. They should do something more that will help people, something that can help people of this vicinity.
Though the Lagos State Police Command denied knowledge of the violence, while efforts to get the Lagos State government did not yield results, the residents have, however, issued a save our soul message to the state government over the recurrent violence. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Still watching CoreTV News. We'll go for another quick commercial break. When the news returns, we'll bring you more stories as well as stories outside Nigeria. Stay with us.
The power to change Nigeria is in your hands. Now is the time to go out and vote. Vote to Buhari, vote for change. Chandela Dibo, we to go sabi change. So you vote to give Makamba way.
Say no to corruption. Say no to insecurity. No to unemployment. No to inequality. Vote for Buhari.
Nigeria, APC.
Welcome back. Following the spate of insecurity in some parts of the country, especially motor parks and soft spots, the Plateau State government has advised people to be very wary of illegal motor parks across the state. Speaking through the Commissioner of Information and Communication, Mohammed Abdullahi, the government called on all residents in the state to cooperate with security agents and other government officials who will be mandated to clamp down on the operators of such dangerous parks. Reacting to the plan to clamp down of the motor parks, the chairman of Just North local government area, Danju Masanda, in whose domain more than 6 bombs have been detonated by terrorists, vowed to personally go after those who put the life of his kinsmen at risk. He also called on Plateau people not to patronize any illegal motor park because they have become soft targets for terrorists in carrying out their heinous crimes. And out of education, the Nigerian authorities are satisfied with the conduct of the computer-based university matriculation examination across the country. They are, however, looking forward to replicating that in the 774 local government areas of the country. Education Minister Ibrahim Shekarau dropped this hint shortly after monitoring the ongoing examination in Abuja.
This new technology, if you miss today, you come over tomorrow, and there is no room for any exam or practice, at least to the barest minimum, because the questions that are coming electronically to any of the computers of the students are entirely different. Even if it is the same subject, the question my neighbor will be answering in mathematics may be different from the question I'm dealing with the next person sitting next to him, still in mathematics. So all of these things are new advantages, and by the grace of God, we'll be overcoming the problems. Something that is new. What the ministry did is, being the first time, we have asked all the stakeholders, we've directed all state commissioners to go out on behalf of the federal ministry, on behalf of JAM, because education is everybody's business. They are free to go and inspect the centers. They are free to receive complaints, if any, and then we'll all get to the table. So what the committee will be doing is to collate all the happenings on this new system, and let's see what is the level of problems we have. On the average, we have not received any serious complaint. It's more than 80% success. So we'll wait. This committee will now collate all the results, assess it, and then advise JAM through the ministry how to improve upon the successes recorded so far. That's the main purpose of the committee.
Federal government has ordered that centers should be built for us. As of today, 4 have been ordered, another 4, let me say 8 for this year. At least in 8 states, we are going to build centers which will be as big as what you have here, and it will carry at least 270 systems. So you can expect that against next year. So 8 new centers. Which states are we expecting these centers? In this, we expect in, let me say, Kano, Oyo, Bayelsa, I have my list somewhere. Let me not give you, but I have it. I have it. Eight states. I can bet it. Niger is included. We want to have 4 in the south, 4 in the north.
And that concludes CoreTV News at 7. Do join us at 9:45 as we bring our primetime news. My name is Emmanuel Ezekiel. Many thanks for watching.